Great culture.
You're live.
Ready? We're live?
Welcome to the THC Show, everybody.
Started playing some drastically hip, and I was like, yeah, I gotta start my video now.
You have the right to do or not do whatever you want to do or don't want to do without any government coercion or prohibition until you interfere with somebody else. If you don't stand up for it, they'll continue to take it away from us. Your children will be a lot less free than we are, and we'll be a lot less free.
4:20, my alarm didn't go off.
I know, but you were ready to spiel. I couldn't interrupt.
I was waiting for that thing to go. I was kind of keeping my eye on it, you know. All right.
Welcome to the THC Show, everybody.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the THC Show. My name is Glenn Wells, and this is where, with truth about cannabis, we hope to affect change. How you doing today? Today's show is going to be all about Neil Magnuson. Yesterday we had his first year memorial since he's passed, and today is all about messages and stuff like that, and a little bit about him and stuff. So just want to get some announcements out. I'm going to probably read my speech that I wanted to do yesterday. The announcements are Cannabis Day at our art gallery is still on. I talked to Dana Larson yesterday. It looks like he will be able to attend also and give out a little speech. And we'll have Rosie and the other CSPs there. And we've got Goodfellows, the band. So come check us July 1st. That's a Tuesday. So being that it's a Tuesday, we'll probably do the show from there too. Or maybe we won't have a show that day. We'll see. But we'll probably do the show from Cannabis Day. That would be probably an awesome thing to do. So we'll just do that. Anyways, let me read the speech that I had for Neil yesterday. Let me see. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. All right. It's truly an honor to stand before you today. Exactly 1 year since we lost our dear friend Neil. Born February 15th, 1957, Neil left us on May 26, 2024. But the impact of his life, passion, and unwavering dedication continued to resonate deeply within us all. For those who knew Neil, you'll remember his infectious energy and tireless commitment to justice and compassion. He was a force of nature, a true advocate who never shied away from challenging the status quo, especially regarding the rights and well-being of the marginalized communities. One of Neil's most significant legacies on what many of us immediately associate with him is the Cannabis Substitution Project in Vancouver. In a world often quick to judge and stigmatize, Neil saw the opportunity for healing and harm reduction. He recognized that devastating impact of the opioid crisis, and with his characteristic and innovative spirit, proposed a simple yet profound solution, offering cannabis as a safer alternative. To Neil, this wasn't just an idea, it was a mission. He poured his heart and soul into making the Cannabis Substitution Project a reality, battling skepticism, navigating legal complexities, and tirelessly advocating for those who desperately needed help. His vision provided a lifeline for countless individuals, offering a path away from many dangerous substances and fostering a sense of community and support. It was a testament to his belief in the power of the plant, medicine, and his deep empathy for those struggling with addiction. But Neil was more than just Cannabis Substitution Project. He was a beacon of hope, a champion of the underdog, and a friend to many. Even mine. Okay. Oh, wow. He had a way of making everyone feel seen, heard, and valued. He inspired us to think critically, act courageously, and always stand up for what is right. Today, as we reflect on his life, let us not only mourn his passing, but also celebrate the incredible legacy he left behind. Let us remember his unwavering spirit, innovative mind, and boundless compassion. Let us be inspired by his courage to challenge norms and his dedication to creating a more just and humane world. Neil may be gone, but his work, his spirit, and his profound impact live on in each of us and in the countless lives he touched. Let us continue to carry forward this message of harm reduction, empathy, and community. Thank you, Neil, for everything. You are deeply missed, and your light continues to shine brightly. Glenn Wells. All right. Okay, now I got some videos and stuff like that we're going to do. I'm going to do one right here, and I'm going to go out and do some sharing while we're doing this. So share screen. And we're going to do this first one here, I do believe. No, that's not the one I want to do. All right, let me see here. Okay, it's not. It is this one. All right. Okay, so where is it? Here it is. Is this with it? No, there it is. All right, we got it. All right, here we go. Shit.
Need to have high dose edibles or they're going to die, and we're not walking away from them.
A well-known cannabis advocate says he's been charged with trafficking on Vancouver's Downtown Eastside for selling low-cost cannabis out of his RV. Neil Magnuson of the Cannabis Substitution Program says it happened Tuesday, about 2 years after they set up near Main Street and East Cordova.
Until they drag us away in chains and put us into cages, we can't stop helping these people. We've known them for years. We care about them. And we're not going to turn our backs on them just because the government says you have to do it legally or not at all.
Video posted earlier this week shows several officers speaking with Magnuson. He says 2 members of his staff were also charged, and his RV was towed.
The group says they have over 200 members who rely on the cannabis products here, and without them, they're at risk of deadly overdose.
One of our regulars has been really upset by it. Like, she has an extremely high tolerance. So even with our affordable prices, she still struggles to get what she needs. But she was so stressed out about the whole thing, she spent the entire night crying. So I ended up just buying her some stuff myself to help her.
I don't even think about the other harder stuff. They're just THC gummies work the best for myself.
75,000 cookies I've donated to Downtown Eastside by New Year's Eve. I've lost friends. Friends of mine have lost their kids. My daughter's lost her stepfather and his brother.
Businesses need a license to sell non-medical cannabis in BC, but Magnuson says this is medicine. He applied for a Health Canada exemption for a license to sell low-barrier cannabis and is still waiting for a decision. Until then, his business remains illegal. Dr. MJ Malloy's research at UBC includes studies that found cannabis use resulted in less use of crack, and it increases the chances people will stay in treatment to get off opioids.
Where would you go if they got shut down?
I'd have to buy them from different cannabis stores. But I'm on disability, so when it'd be hard.
I shudder to think of what would happen to many of our members, and what would happen to them. They're going to go back into the poison drug supply. Many of them will die.
Magnuson shared this notice to appear in court in July. The Vancouver Police Department says there is an ongoing investigation, but it's not sure if charges have been approved. The BC Prosecution Service and Public Prosecution of Canada were unable to confirm the charges to City News. In Vancouver, Crystal Ladaris, City News.
We are definitely
That rally tent, which yesterday, well, a little about an hour ago yesterday this time, we had an RV there that had been there for over a year and a half. And for over a year and a half from the RV, we've been helping people have access as easy.
Right there, continue.
So, yeah, after a year and a half of being in the RV and almost 2 years on the block here, we're in our 24th month now, of saving people's lives, of having people come up to us all day, every day, and thank us so much for what we're doing and giving them the access that they need to the cannabis that they need to get them off the hard drugs, or to help them sleep, or to help them with their pain, or all the other things that people are using cannabis for. Many of those things, drivers of using hard drugs and the addiction that goes along with that. And we're offering a solution to all of that, a replacement for that in the name of high-dose edibles, and a way to get off the other ones, the withdrawal that is so difficult for people to get through. That you can do with high-dose cannabis edibles. Many, many people have been successful with that. We have 260-plus members here that have been successful with that. And so all of this good work that we've been doing here And yesterday, the VPD thinks it's okay to come in like a bunch of thugs and arrest George and Andrew and myself and take away our vehicle and seize all of our stuff and attempt to stop us from helping people get off opioids. This is one of the most disgusting displays of government corruption that I've ever seen in my life. They're literally sentencing many people to death. We had people here yesterday saying, oh my God, you're not going to be here. What am I going to do? I guess I have to go back to using heroin to sleep at night.
I'm just going to interrupt this video to tell you, what was it, on the weekend? I think it's on the weekend. Yeah, it was Friday or Saturday. The RV was seized again by the Vancouver police. So we are buying another RV. We have lined up another one. It's going to take us about a week to raise the money to do that. But I just, since he was talking about it, I wanted to let you know it did happen again. And there's some video on my wall if you want to watch. Let's go back to the show. Back to the video.
And for whatever else they're needing those hard drugs for, if they can't find high-dose edibles, if they don't have some place like what we had going on here to get them, then what other choices do they have? There's all kinds of other choices for other drugs all up and down Hastings Street, one block over. Can't see it from here.
No.
This block is quite nice. It's kept quite clean. It's got a whole different vibe to it than what's going on one block over from here, which is actual hell on earth. And so we're providing an answer to that, and the government has decided that it's worth your tax dollars to shut us down and to cause us misery, and to cause misery amongst all these poor people that are just trying to live their lives with the pain that they're in, and something that helps them with that. So yeah, you can tell I'm upset.
Yeah. So you didn't stop today, right?
Oh no.
And you're gonna shut down the lane.
Stop helping these people.
Exactly.
I don't care that the government doesn't care about them and is trying to stop us. We have a conscience. I wouldn't sleep at night if I was now supposed to go sit in a coffee shop somewhere today.
Yeah.
Just think about all the people that are wandering here going, oh my goodness, where's that van? What am I going to do? There's no other place. And they're asking around, and they shut the Blue Door. They shut the Healing Tree. There's really no other place you can go for anything that you need. And the panic that you can see in these people's faces when they think that they're not going to be able to access anymore, that's causing this neighborhood. This is another devastating blow by an evil and corrupt government against its people and against the people that are paying them to protect them. Instead of that, they have no desire to protect the health and well-being of the people that are struggling the most in our world, that have suffered traumas that are unthinkable. No desire to help them. Their only concern, and this goes for Health Canada, the federal government, is to protect the health and bottom line profits of the legal cannabis producers and distributors. This is so disgusting. This is not the legalization that we wanted at all. This is a hostile attempted takeover of the cannabis industry by people who know nothing about cannabis and care nothing about the people that use cannabis, even the ones that need it desperately for their own personal health and well-being. So yeah, very, very disgusted today. And this is the day one of, who knows how long a protest, but we'll be here indefinitely until things change. We might get ourselves another vehicle and put it here. We got somebody looking for another RV right now, and we'll just see what we can do. But in the meantime, what you can do is write a letter, send an email, make a telephone call the media, call the governments, call the VPD and complain. Do whatever it is you can imagine in your mind that might help this situation, because without it, we're going to be lost as human beings to the power and the technology of the corporate agenda that wants to enslave us all and make profit off of us, and certainly not allow us to have the many benefits of the cannabis plant that we could be having easily and cheaply, but they won't allow it. So help us.
Go maybe over by the table there, and you got that shame on the VPD sign.
Sure.
You stand there, maybe we'll put that in the frame. What's Jen doing today?
What's that?
The RV's not being washed.
And they're probably washing it right now.
So, Andrew, are you taking care of the people today?
Yes,
if they come, so do they do the secret knock?
No secret knock today. We haven't got the walls and doors up yet.
I know.
I'm still giving people.
I know, but I just wanted to put a smile on your face with the secret knock thing, right?
Sure.
But you're putting a lot of smile on people's
people do
faces
the
today.
knock.
Yeah, they still do the knock, right?
We're still giving them 420.
Yep, that's it.
People are writing letters for us here.
Yep,
We got a petition over there that people are signing for us. They're leaving us
Nice.
their contact
How's the petition doing, Jen?
Yeah.
Doing good? How many people?
We are now over 200.
200
Wow.
signatures.
In just over 24 hours.
There's
In
Pat.
25
Pat
hours.
says thank you.
And we didn't even start until what, like 6 o'clock yesterday with the petition thing? So yeah, we're less than 24 hours in and we got over 200 signatures.
This is
Wow.
people's lives, they said.
Yeah, this is people's lives, right?
Yesterday, when we gave out muffins or joints, they wondered where they were going. Yeah. I had to direct them to go somewhere, right? They had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
They were upset.
They were scared.
They were gone, and they needed somewhere to go to get their medicine. But they're here, but we're here, and we're going to be here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here
People
for.
have been stressed out, not knowing what they're going to
They
do.
were down.
Oh,
but
yeah.
not out.
Wow. When you become to rely on a safe source,
We
right?
just assure them that we'll do our very best to be here for them one way or another.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be here in a trench coat, you know?
Yeah. Hey, man, want to buy a watch, too?
Right over here. Weed's supposed to be legal, I thought.
Yeah.
You know, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
but the ramifications.
And they shouldn't steal your vehicle too, by the way. That's not
This one.
fair.
You may, yeah.
Yeah, I know they took your wagon. which is not
They
fair.
took the RV ball. Yeah, it's gone.
You're stealing stuff that helps people.
Oh, for sure. They stole the medicine that we were going to have. We had very little supplies this morning for people. Most of it was in the RV for the
stole it,
CSP,
yeah.
and they stole that.
That's
So-
sad. Like, they don't want to help people out. That's bad.
That's very bad. Yeah.
That is bad.
And it's not only that they don't want to help people out; they're actually physically acting to hurt people.
Yeah.
That
know?
is-
That's what's going on here. We'll be suing them.
You know what? That's sad.
It's a direct attack on the poor people, the disabled people of this neighborhood,
That rely on clean supplies.
and cannabis instead of the other drugs that are available. There's tens of people that are selling all sorts of other hard drugs up and down Hastings Street over there, and they're not being hassled by the police, you know. But here we are, you know, not trying to hide anything. We're not like hiding in a tent selling stuff. We're here. We had signs on the vehicle. We've been here for a year and a half in the vehicle. We've been here almost 2 years on the block. And so, you know, what is this all about? I mean, protecting corporate greed, I guess, or actively trying to harm the people that are seeking help, I guess. I don't know what else it can be.
Yeah, because why would they take the vehicle? I'm still overwhelmed.
They said it was part of an ongoing investigation.
Oh, he's getting a call. I can hear it.
I'm doing an investigation. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you're
sad.
dropping money, too. That's meter money.
My son, I have to sit down.
All right, you
I've
sit
been
down.
standing all day long.
All right, you do that. All right. Okay, well, we'll just take a look at the table here. Here we go. There's the letters.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dog. Hi, dog. Oh, he wants to get up there. And he wants to sign, too. Does Pop Prince count? All right. Accept my chat. It's not a chat. You want to be. It's saying that it's the video, and I can't put you in the video right now because we're live down here. Accept my chats. If you just type, Leanne, I can read what you want to say. And this is your part, Andrew. This is the people's list.
This is the CSP.
Yes,
We're
yes.
still giving out. Despite we're in a tent, we're still giving out CSP. We were down yesterday, but we're up today. We're back
That's
out
good.
here again.
That's
People
good.
gotta have their medicine.
They got it.
People
Yeah.
wanted to know where to go yesterday.
Yeah.
They were lost.
And
I had to direct people somewhere around town.
they were yelling murderers and everything yesterday, too. It was so bad.
They can't afford to go to the dispensary, so I directed them somewhere else to get something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They have to have a second source somewhere.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Like, they didn't care.
And it's 4:19, so I'm gonna pause the video and let's do a dab or a toke. So get your Puffco going, get your tabs going, get your joints going, whatever you got. This is what we're gonna smoke. I got something from Cheap Dabs because they sponsor 420 on the show. I got some nice live resin from them today. There you go. You can see it there. We're gonna throw a little bit into the Puffco here. And we'll enjoy 420 together. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I've got some personal videos from people from yesterday, from Jeremiah, from Jody, and everything. So they'll be coming up. It's now 4:20, so happy 420, everybody on the West Coast. All right, let's do this up. Oh, and thanks again to Cheap Dabs for their continued support of the 420 spot on the show. So thank you very much, guys. Just waiting for the puff go to warm up. Just doing it. I hope you guys are enjoying this. The old stuff from Neil. Like I said, I've got a whole bunch of personal messages coming up shortly. Also, we'll have Neil's memorial video at the end. We might go a little bit longer than an hour today, but I'm sure you don't mind. And also, I want to say thank you guys too. The show has been doing really well. We're getting over 10,000 views a week. So thank you very much for all your support. Without you guys, we don't have a show. Even Jeremiah and Carly were mentioning it this weekend at the launch party that they were very impressed. And that was the only live show on the platform still. Had a great time this weekend with them. You'll see that stuff coming up on future shows. There are pictures on my wall. All right, let's get back to this. Let's get back into this, and we'll continue to do this. Let's pop that back in there, and here we go.
Down the street, you can buy anything you want on the other side of this little alley here. But on this side, it's nice and clean. Nobody's getting hurt. Everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
It's a danger zone.
Just walk down there and right there, yeah.
It's a danger zone.
And down there, too.
Yes, it is.
Down there, too. We're not going to show you too much because there are people down here who do the quick lands. But
that's too bad.
Yeah.
Right? But we're still going to be here. They can't knock us down. They can once or twice, but we're still here. We'll get up and come back. We need to.
Yeah. All the people here. Look, they need you. They need you guys.
Sure I don't know what you're saying.
All right, well.
Not you.
We have a bit of a problem here for some reason. The video has stopped. I don't know why. It just stopped. Yeah. All right. And I don't know where we are. All right. Well, let's just go to the next video. All right. Let's just drop that one out. It was just old footage and stuff like that. We will bring in another video. Okay. So this one is, this is the messages from everybody today. From the event and from the memorial yesterday. So we'll go and do this one. Okay, give me a second here. Set this up. Oh yeah, I got to do it this way. All right. So go in here, present, share screen. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this one first because this is a short one. This one is Neil. Actually made a video for this young man to help him in court. And today he was at the RV and he wanted to do this video and share this video with us. So let's do this one first.
So what is your name?
My name is Robert Borland, and I am from East Van, Vancouver. I have lived here, born, raised here all my entire life. So that's and when I first turned 19, I didn't really know where to go for weed and didn't really know how weed really worked. It wasn't really my thing. And I got told by one of my bandmates to check out the van. And I've been coming to the van since I was 19, and I'm 25 now, coming on 26. And every time that I've ever gone by, either if I had like $1.25 or fuck, if I was lucky, I had like $10 on me.
Daddy?
It would still be able to give me a baggie. He'd still be able to give me a baggie of almost like 8 grams.
Somebody else. Tell the story.
Even when I was going through all my court issues and everything that was going on with my life for the last 5 years, he's been the one person to help me through the most difficult times that I ever had to fucking go through.
Neil, right? Yeah. Yeah.
And it sucks because last year I got taken away and I was gone for a whole year, and it sucks that I did not get to say goodbye to you guys. These guys were not open at 9 in the morning, so I couldn't really say goodbye. But he's gonna go to all that. No, I found that Neil passed. That actually broke my heart. I actually found out yesterday from a lot of the people down at the corner and from all you guys that work with the I work in the van, and I've been doing this for the last decade.
5 years. 5 years.
Since Blue Door shut down. Yeah. So I'm going to be 100% honest. Like, to everybody that knew Neil and whoever was able to get close to him, you should ever be fucking grateful.
Don't step backwards, please.
He is the most kind, warm, most caring person on the fucking planet. And if it weren't for him last year, I would have not been able to win my 4 cases against me. And it took a good full year for everything, but
he spoke up for you, right?
He spoke up for me, and he actually put in a video recording for me for the court. He had a bunch of other people do it for me as well. That helped with my case a lot. I actually tried getting some of my friends, my family, to like come down here and say hi to you guys, but none of my family wanted to kind of leave because they were upset about me going. But anybody who ever didn't know Neil, thank you. And I'm very grateful that you guys were there for him during times of need, because the man went through so much shit. And he still hung on there and was still giving joints away for free to people just because people need it. And he'd rather be people smoking weed than overdosing down here. And honestly, that's the one thing that I love about you guys and everything that you guys have been doing in the last 5-6 years. That no matter what, even if people don't have enough money or anything like that, you guys will still always give something away to somebody, and that's one thing I'll always be grateful for from you guys. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And definitely. I'm so sorry to Neil's family and everybody that know him. I did not know he passed until like less than a day ago. So rest in peace, you beautiful man. I wish you were here, but you're somewhere better now, and you're out of this hell.
Amen.
And you're going to be a lot more happy, and you'll be able to listen to all the artists you finally been wanting to listen to.
So what is your name?
My name is Robert Borland.
All right. Okay, so that was Robert. Okay, so now these are messages personally from the people that Neil knew through his life. Not everybody, but I was asking them the question of what Neil meant to you. What was your favorite moment with Neil, or how did Neil make you laugh? So here are the stories. And Alex, I'm trying to send you a video right now of Jody's speech about fair cannabis from the launch party this Saturday. So just check your messenger. I'm trying to download it. It's about an 8-minute video, so I don't know if it's going to work, but check it out, okay? All right, let's do this. All right, so we're going to go into the sharing the screen again, and we're going to do this one. All right, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to open this up. And we're going to do this and bring this back to the beginning. Yes, there we go. Okay, we're at the Cannabis Culture Lounge with Jody, and she's got a message for Neil.
Well, Neil is dearly missed. I think back to my earliest days of activism, and Neil was always there. He was relentless and passionate and became so articulate. He was an exceptional speaker, very persuasive, maybe, a little assertive at times and rubbing the authorities the wrong way, but that's the right way to do it. And he was just a sweet, gentle soul who sacrificed so much for so many people. And with legalization happening and medical being replaced and ignored, and the drug crisis being ignored with cannabis as a solution. Like, he was incredibly brave and courageous. And a lot of people had their lives saved and impacted by Neil. And he was so selfless. He didn't do enough to take care of himself, it seemed. Yes. He was so willing to give everything to everyone else and to a cause. And the fact that he was arrested and facing charges for helping people get off of hard drug addiction through cannabis, to be facing jail time and penalties under the Cannabis Act, under legalization, is so absurd. And it's almost a tragedy that he wasn't able to live longer with us to be able to fight that and to demonstrate the insanity and the cruelty of those laws. Mm-hmm. But we did get a lot of opportunities to talk about the future and promise each other that we would do what we can to keep things going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And, you know, I haven't spent many time with people who have been passing away.
Yeah.
And it was a heartbreaking and heartwarming experience to sit with Neil near the end and to thank him and to remember the love that he brought to his work. And hopefully we can continue to do a fraction of that work. Hopefully everyone he inspired can keep going too. And I just want Neil and our other friends, Greg and Michelle and so many others, to smile down on us and what we're doing here now, and to promise that as long as we're still here, we will do everything we can. And Neil's not here. It's been a year. But his legacy lives on, and so too will
all the people that he helped too, right?
And that will have ripple effects none of us will ever even know.
Yeah,
that's the magic of being a great advocate, is that you will touch lives like a flame, and like fire just spreads. There it goes.
There it goes.
He did so much, and he's so dearly missed. He really is, and I wish he could be here today.
So do I.
In physical
He
form.
is. They're all with us. They're out there smoking right now.
So thank you, Neil. We love you dearly. We miss you, and we'll carry on your work and make sure everybody knows that cannabis saves lives.
All right, here we are with Steve Landlord. How did Neil influence you, and what's your favorite moment of Neil?
Oh, Neil has been a brother for many decades. Asked me to become a marijuana activist and be with him, and I helped him with the RB once in a while. But he meant a lot to me on the big time when I had my quadruple bypass.
Wow.
And I need meds. He only lived not even a block away, but he'd come and see me and make sure I had my proper CBD pings and my Phoenix Tears, or some good weed. Wedding cake was one of my favorites.
Yeah, wedding cake was good.
But my favorites like Snoop Dogg, Northern Lights. But you know, I remember seeing him the day before before he passed away.
That's today.
Yeah,
today is the day. Yeah, tomorrow at 2 a.m. he passed.
Me and my son were there, and Neil is always a gentle guy, peaceful, kind. Never raised his voice with me. My son took money, but he forgave him twice. So that's how good Neil was. He helped people in the community. He would never judge them. Some of his talks about politics I didn't like, but that's my opinion. But you know,
everybody's got an opinion. Yeah,
we don't like politics or religion because they don't mix too well.
Yeah.
But he's always been there, and I've been there for him for over 20 years. So, and I miss him.
I miss him a lot.
A year later, and I still miss the guy. It's like a void in my life now. A piece of my heart is, even though I'm renovated, a piece of my heart is gone now.
He's still there.
He's still there,
man.
I saw his son the other day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He might even be here today, Dan.
I know he's in a better place now. There's no more pain.
Yeah.
But I love that guy, and
we do miss him.
And I know a lot of people in the community miss him, and
we
on Facebook we still share pictures. I got a picture of me and him standing at Cannabis Day at Thornton Park. So that's where we're going to be
tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers. Good. Now with Craig X, what did Neil mean to you?
The most memorable thing to me about Neil Magnuson, and I'm sure a lot of people have said, but is the anthem.
Yes.
I cannot think of Neil without thinking about cannabis. See him doing his thing up on stage there from any various event, big or small, him just absolutely wailing on that thing. I remember one time in Studio 710 back, he came in to record it, and by the third or fourth take, his voice was just like absolutely just giving that. How many more times do I need to do this while you're recording? You know, you got to do multiple takes. Like, okay, give me a minute. But yeah, it wasn't a weed event if Neil Magnuson wasn't saying "Oh, cannabis," and that's how it is. So we obviously miss Neil, and we miss that, and no one will do it again the same like he did. So miss you, Neil. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Craig. Have a great day, buddy. Here we are with Johnny B. What did Neil Magnuson mean to you, or your favorite moment with Neil?
Oh, there's more than one favorite moment. I mean,
well, sure, take it with that. You got 5 minutes.
You know, the best thing about Neil, one thing I really want to stand up for him was his Freedom Tour when he went across Canada. That really resonates with me. Just the amount of the passion he put into it, and the generosity that people gave him along the way, which was so beautiful, right? And that was just the best part about being able to be part of Neil and his vision and stuff like that. Appreciate you so much. Is being able to see that vision that he had, right? And that vision that he had was really cool as we let this gentleman walk by. Neil never gave up, right? And one thing I learned really good about Neil was really a beautiful thing when I learned from his son and stuff like that, is Neil was a Tony Robbins guy, which is pretty cool, which really got to resonate with me because as I'm deep in Tony Robbins and love Tony myself, I started seeing a lot of what Neil got and where he came from. He was the personal power and the passion within that drives us, right? And it was about the passion that we gave to patients and helping back and serving patients. Like Neil was a patient, like we're all patients.
Yep.
And going back through time, you know, it really came down to oh, cannabis.
I know.
You know what? Our safe. I mean, it was just, it was a sacred plan of truth.
It
right?
was.
That's what we were able to do. And not with just Neil, there's a group of us, and I'm just blessed to be part of an OG group with someone like Neil that really led the front ways. We were in the front. We always, when people said who's going first, it's like
Neil is.
I think I put myself in front of Neil quite a bit, but like who's gonna get first, right? And then just his relationship with Roxanne and through the time, being able to see the trying times, what he fought for, what he did with the Vancouver East Side, his bands, the people that, you know, there's always the inner fighting and stuff like that. We're always gonna give back what we got given at that moment. We got given this life that we got to give with the gifts. And with that gift, we shared. And Neil shared his gift with everybody.
He did.
And that was the best part of what he did. He didn't only share, he gave.
Yep.
He gave from the heart. He gave with the blessing. He gave with cannabis. He gave by sharing the joint. He gave by giving someone what he truly believed in, which was that the fact that cannabis saves lives. And he was there to help save lives. And I just want to really acknowledge him that he went right to the bitter end. I want to be able to read him his 39 quote from 42 quotes on Neil and his passion, what he believed in, and with grace and love. What do I remember about Neil? It's all around me.
It's all around.
It's right here.
Yep.
It's everywhere I look, everywhere I go. So every time I look and I see Neil, I see that fight. And I see his fight for freedom, which was around the Greenway, which is the freedom of being able to be able to light up a joint and enjoy it freely without being protested or regretted or put in jail for it.
There you go. All right, thank you, Johnny B. You have a great day. We're here at the CC Lounge celebrating their launch. Cheers. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, Rob? Rob Laurie here at Cannabis Culture, and Neil Magnuson coming up to the 1 year anniversary of his passing. And I've been asked, well, what did Neil mean to me? And I got to say, Neil, I always regarded as the elder statesman, the gentleman statesman of the cannabis industry. And we first met coming up to almost 10 years ago. It would have been at the City Hall in Vancouver. I presented, Neil presented, and when the session falled out in the hallway, we both kind of looked at each other. It was like, hey, we need to talk. And I learned a lot about activism from Neil. And his passing, of course, is way too sudden, way too soon. And it's just not the same without Neil. I mean, there's many that have stepped in to try to fill the void. And I mean, a lot of good work from a lot of good people. But there's just something about Neil being the OG activist, friend, father, father to the community, father to the activists. Yeah, we miss you, Neil, and all the best.
Thanks, Rob.
Hey everybody, Sean here. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm here to say thank you to Neil for everything that he's done. I've been involved with the program since pretty much the beginning. I've been helping donate to his program, the Vancouver CSP. Plus now I have my own out in Mission. Things have been pretty crazy since I started this program. It was amazing helping Neil supply the downtown East End. I still help out down there. But it's something that's really close to my heart. I've lost a lot of close people, and now Neil's one of them. I just want to say thank you for everything that he has done. He built the platform that I was able to help support, and now I've got the platform out in Mission. I really don't know what to say. It's hard. I miss the guy. I miss chatting with him. I miss the events. I miss all sorts of things. But we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going hard, and we're going to try to make this thing as big as we possibly can. Neil meant a lot to me because he sees the good in people that a lot of people don't see. And for me, that was huge. Yeah, again, I'm having a hard time with words and what to say. Again, Neil, thank you for everything that you've done and building the platform for us to continue and make this successful. I miss you, buddy. I come visit you down at your grave all the time, sit and chat, smoke a joint. So I miss you, buddy. I really do. And thank you again for everything you do.
Dana Larson, what did Neil mean to you, or your favorite moment, or how did he influence you?
Yeah, Neil Magnuson was a great man who influenced me and influenced a lot of people all across Canada. He really became a true believer and a person who really promoted the cannabis cause and the cannabis movement in a very unique and special way. He did all kinds of different things, created the old cannabis song that we just tried to sing here, you know, and did his tours across Canada, and he organized a lot of events, and did, of course, the Cannabis Substitution Project was one of his biggest and greatest things. But also Neil, I think, just had a big heart and a real kind spirit and the ability to talk and articulate a vision for a better world, you know, and at a lot of events when the police would come there, we'd send Neil over to do send him over. Neil would be happy to go over and do the tongue fu on them and just talk to the police calmly and friendly, but also sternly and from the heart, and ultimately kind of drive them away with the eloquence and truth of his words. And Neil is missed and loved, but he had a very positive influence on the world, I think, and I think about him a lot, and his spirit is still felt. And he's somebody, you know, we had a lot of people coming together in the cannabis movement and making Canada change and getting us to legalization, and I think there's a lot of people that were involved, but there was also a few key people that I think were really important that really helped get things over the top. And Neil, I think, was one of those people who played a very integral role at a lot of important junctures, and I'm not sure if cannabis would have been legalized in Canada without the work of Neil as part of that puzzle of people, part of that team making that happen. Certainly it would have been harder and a lot less fun.
Yeah.
So we're still thinking about you, Neil, and that's why we're here today. And you may be gone, but you're not forgotten, and your spirit lives inside us all.
All right. All right, your name?
Kevin.
Okay.
And Neil was...
Oh, sorry. What answer the question.
Exactly.
Your most influential moment with Neil, what made you smile about him, or how he affected you?
He affected me in so many ways. I mean, he gave me a chance to help out the downtown Eastside population with, you know, free joints, free edibles, and high-dose edibles, you know, low-cost weed, low-cost cannabis, you know, he gave me a chance to save other people's lives. And through that, it was an extremely rewarding experience to know Neil and to get to laugh with Neil, joke with Neil, have dinner with Neil. You know, he treated me like one of his sons.
Yeah.
And that's the way he made everybody feel.
Me too.
You know, he always made everybody feel like they were loved and important. And that man did so much for so many people.
He even helped you, right? Now you're clean off of alcohol for what, 4 or 5 months now?
Yeah.
There you go, right?
Stay clean, Daddy-O.
Yeah, and you know,
clean burning marijuana.
There you go.
So
there you go. Thank you. I don't know. All right, and there's the cake. Anybody want to say something about Neil? You ready? Ready, Jen? Yeah, might as well. There she is. Yeah, throw it in with the cake. There you go. Your most favorite, funniest moment with Neil. You just mentioned one.
When he was on shrooms and was so high that he couldn't figure out how his pants got down.
Where was he? In the van? Is he in the office? It was in the shop.
There was another time where, you know, he was so high he didn't realize he was wearing a women's t-shirt. I couldn't stop laughing because I was on shrooms. We had some good times around shrooms.
Yeah. And how did you find out about his pants being down? Like, did he find out? He was just staring at it.
Laughing and giggling away to himself because he couldn't figure out how they got down.
Did you guys ever figure it out? Was there another lady in the room? Or? It was just too high. They just dropped down and he didn't know it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he went pee and forgot to pull him up. I don't know.
The look on his face was priceless.
All right. Did you want to say I miss you?
Well, you know, we had a little rough road at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned a lot from him over the years. And
bygones be bygones. Yeah, you guys got a lot. I see a lot of the memories and stuff in my memories too.
Well, I'm still sad that the CSP page is gone. Like,
Yeah.
I like seeing all my old posts and all the old stories.
As much as coming up in my memories, I've been trying to put them on the Serious Hope page. So I do have a few shows in there and stuff like that. So, all right. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
All right.
Happy anniversary, Neil.
See ya. Your name?
Hi, my name's Dave.
And you are a volunteer, right?
I've been a long time
volunteer
with Neil at the shop and in the van. Neil's a wonderful guy. He helped me out tremendously.
What's the most thing there? The most favorite moment of of Neil, or somehow how way he influenced you in a day, or?
Well, I was sick once and I was gone for 2 months. And one day I walked through the door and he turned around and looked at me and he says, "I don't know whether to hug you or slap you." And it was close on either one.
It was close on either one.
Yeah.
And that was a day that
it really showed his colors to me, because I thought, I've replaced you, Dave. Sorry, thanks for coming out. I understand your health issues, but my health issues he accepted them. No other boss ever could.
Yeah.
When I couldn't work, it was all right. There was always somebody else there to fill in.
Me. Dexter, yeah.
Usually him.
And how's the health today? Are you doing better?
I'm doing better.
You look better.
Yeah.
You look better. You got more color and everything. You're looking good. You got some weight on you back again.
Yeah. Diabetes is a bitch.
That's good. All right. So that's it?
That's it.
All right. See you later, Neil.
Yeah, take care, Neil.
Cheers.
Just want to send out a big shout out to Neil Magnuson for all he's done for so many of us in this cannabis community. Myself in particular, in the Calgary Cannabis Club, all of us reaped the benefits of his knowledge and his strength and wisdom. We had events here that without certain help from Neil and without the words that he used to the RCMP at a specialized event that we had held here at the Concentrate Calgary Cup, we might not have ever finished off the event. Neil stepped up and he pushed forward, and I mean, he had no fear, none at all. His strength at every event, his knowledge at all these events, like straight up. I mean, he made so many friends because he was a personal person. Like he did so much for so many. I don't even know where to begin, but I know when I first met him at the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup, I was a City of Calgary activist. I mean, there wasn't a ton of activism going on other than with Keith Fagan and them, and it was a lot of stuff to try to overcome the hurdles in Calgary. And seeing the hug-ins that were provided down in Vancouver, hearing his videos, seeing him in person, it was like I met a celebrity, because I'd known him online, but I'd never known him in person. He definitely left a mark on everybody he touched, mentally, physically, verbally. Like he was what the cannabis community is about. His outreach program, the Cannabis Substitution Project, was leap years ahead of anything that the government was willing to try to do to help with addiction and trying to help these people get off of the drugs that they were on. I mean, his passion in cannabis industry in our community was second to none. I don't know much to say other than we love you, brother, and I'm truly sad that, well, a year ago to this day that you passed away. It was not news any of us were expecting to hear. You put others above yourself, even over your own health and wellness. That is immeasurable in this society. I mean, you're a man among men. You're truly missed. We love you all. Everybody that helped Neil, that was around him, that had good words or bad words to say about him, Neil still would talk to everybody. Oh, Cannabis is near to my heart. It was a song that Neil sang many, many times, and I can't stress enough how much that man meant to this cannabis community. There was a big fracture when legalization happened, and Neil pushed forward, still continuing to do, even risking charges that he was still up on charges while he was in hospital. I mean, I wish you were still here, brother. I really do. Rest well, my friend. You deserve the break. I just wish it was a break sitting on a sunny beach rather than up in the stars. So I'll be smoking one in your honor again tonight, like I have done many nights. Too many fallen cannabis friends in the last 10 years that I know. And much love. Our hearts are out with you. Thank you for sharing all of these videos and stories, Glenn. Thanks for keeping his vision going with all the other assistants that you have. In the honorable words of Greg, I will say peace and pot, because peace was what brought us all together. Pot helped it along too. We all gained knowledge, we all gained strength, and we all gained our voice due to people like Greg Williams, Keith Fagan, Neil Magnuson, so many, Tracy Curley. Like, my heart goes out to all these activists that are no longer here. Jason Wilcox is another that my brain is bringing up because memories of that is still fresh in my head too. I salute you all.
Hi, everyone. Jeremiah here. One of my most treasured moments about Neil was at the 2015 Cannabis Day celebration at the Art Gallery in Vancouver. That year, the authorities were trying to shut the whole event down and sent truckloads of cops to harass anybody that was selling cannabis at vendors' tables. Neil was helping organize the event and wasn't actually one of the vendors himself, but when the police came down to intimidate everybody, Neil grabbed a bag of cannabis and went to one of the vendors' booths and actually started selling the cannabis himself as a message of defiance against the authorities and everything they stood for. The cops surrounded his booth in a big circle and started moving in, but Neil just stayed there, continuing to sell cannabis peacefully in the eyes of the violence that they were about to perpetrate. All of a sudden, they violently grabbed Neil and everybody else and pushed them to the ground and put their knees in their backs, and before throwing them into police vehicles and carting them off to the police station, all while the cameras were still rolling. It was a brutal and terrifying moment, but I was always so impressed and proud of Neil for standing up so courageously against the authorities and their violent prohibition. Neil knew what was going to happen, and he selflessly volunteered himself as an example for the world to see how violently these cops will act against this peaceful plan. Luckily, people were outraged by the police treatment, and the newspapers even called the cops out and the city manager the next day. And soon afterwards, the city manager was gone from his job. Neil showed me that day that sacrificing yourself as an activist can have a real effect, and that being the change we want to see in the world can make a positive change even when the authorities and government act like the bad guys. So I just wanted to say, I love you forever, Neil, and we miss you, brother. Peace and Bob.
Hi, I'm Carly Marley, and I just wanted to say a little something about how much Neil Magnuson meant to me. Neil Magnuson was an inspiration to a lot of us, myself included. Neil Magnuson reminds me of the ocean because he is both a powerful force and a calm and soothing presence. He was passionate and powerful and was also one of the most kind and gentle souls you would ever come across. He was consistent and he was unwavering, both in his activism and as a friend. He always showed up when it mattered. He was a visionary both with his activism, he was a creative person, and he didn't just dream big, he followed through on the dreams he had in a way that impacted a lot of people, in a way that saved lives, directly and indirectly. He pushed our movement forward by inspiring young activists to become a part of it, and by changing the lives of so many with his Cannabis Substitution Project. He was defiant whenever he needed to be, and he was passive whenever he needed to be. I feel honored and lucky to have been able to have met Neil Magnuson. I feel honored and lucky that he showed up for me whenever I needed him there, to be a part of the show, to be a part of our activism, to show up at every event we ever needed. He was always there. And I can tell he still is here. So thank you, Neil Magnuson, for everything you've done. We miss you, we love you, and we still feel you with us always. There's some days that activism can be hard, but I feel like there's been a lot of exciting things lately. And I know for myself, and I know others out there, thinking of how passionate Neil Magnuson was and how he never gave up, even when it was really tough. It helps you keep going. And some days when you don't want to keep going, we're able to keep doing it because Neil manages to continue inspiring us even when he isn't here with us anymore. We love you so much, Neil. We miss you always. Thank you for everything.
And there we go. That's the end of the messages that I have today for Neil. You guys heard my speech at the beginning of the show. I miss him every day. I miss him every time I do this show and stuff like that. And people talk to me about him and stuff like that. And like Sean says, Sean goes to visit him. He's not too far away from me too. And I go visit him, but I prefer at 444 every day when I see, or whenever I ever see 3/4s, I always look up and say, "Hi, Neil. Thank you for being here." Right? And that's my thing. That's what I do. So I miss him a lot. And I thank everybody for sharing their memories with me and putting them on video. And it'll be here forever now for you guys to watch. It's also on my YouTube page, so it won't disappear in 30 days off of there like it will here on Facebook. I'm going to do Neil's memorial video like we always do, and it'll end with old cannabis, and then I'll be back.
Welcome to the THC Show with Neil. THC stands for Truth, Hope, and Change, and we're going to hope to cover all the different latest news and stuff to do in the cannabis world, and do it in a way that gives you some hope and maybe provides some opportunity for change.
You guys want some free weed? Well, let's get this underway then.
There you're live.
Ready? We're live?
You're
All
live.
right, hey. Welcome to the THC Show, everybody.
It looks like some pretty nice stuff here, Neil.
Oh yeah, have you seen the plants?
Yes, I just saw the plants. Beautiful.
Plants are awesome. The laws against cannabis are very destructive, and they fly right in the face of what it means to be a Canadian and what it means to be in a free country. If you're not free to grow a plant and use a plant for your arthritis, pain, or to feel good or whatever you want, you're not free. There is so much oppression of our great culture here. There's so much hypocrisy and corruption in this world we're living in. And we're still going to fight hard to get what we deserve. You deserve the right to do or not do whatever you want to do or don't want to do without any government coercion or prohibition until you interfere with somebody else. If you don't stand up for it, they'll continue to take it away from us. Your children will be a lot less free than we are, and we'll be a lot less free. Hey, it's 4:20. My alarm didn't go off. What happened?
But you were ready to spiel. I couldn't interrupt.
I was waiting for that thing to go. I was kind of keeping my eye on it, you know? All right, well. We really are making an impact in this community and offsetting the use of opioids. I thank everybody that's been involved and helped us get here, and we're really looking forward to another great year.
I can't thank enough all the people that helped me do this. I thank you, the viewer, for watching. It's really been great to have you along. I hope that we're able to make a difference in your life and maybe make a difference in the world somewhere. And I want you all to have as much fun as you can changing the world. From myself, Neil Magnuson, Pot TV, and the THC Show, have as much fun as you can changing the world.
So I'm a bit of a patriot. I love my country. I hate my government. I'm scared shitless of those people. They are corrupt as could be, and they can make our lives miserable, but I love Canadians. So when it was time to help out with these pot rallies that I've been going to for 5 years, one of the first things that came to my mind is, well, we got to have a proper anthem. We need to have something that's thought-provoking, that's respectful, that's not stupid, that helps to teach people about what we're doing here. So I wrote my version of O Cannabis. So without any further ado, if you know the words, give me a hand. If you don't, that's fine. I'll sing them for you. O Cannabis.
Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see. And with glowing joints, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family. God keep our staff from the police. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you. Let's get you some marijuana.
Peace, my friend. Okay, everybody. Wow, what a show. Thank you very much for everybody that participated in the show today. Thank you for everybody who watches the show and shares the show. Without you, we couldn't get this important message out to everybody. So the more you share, the more we get this out. And we all know it's very important to save people's lives, and that cannabis does save lives. I want to say thank you to all the donators to the Mission CSP, the Langley, the Surrey, the Newton, the East Coast, and Vancouver. Again, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to save lives. So thank you very much. And even Cheap Dabs has been helping out occasionally. They give them a little bit of a discount if they ever need anything at the van and stuff like that. So thank you very much. You guys all have a great day. We've got a whole bunch of shows lined up for June. And like I said, July 1st is an actual Tuesday, Cannabis Day here in Vancouver at the Art Gallery. So we probably will do a show right from the event anyways. We might as well, right? See if we can arrange that. We'll see how it works out. And we never know. We still have a month to go. Still planning on the trip across Canada. We have permission to do the show from the Niagara Falls Cannabis Culture Store. So that look for that show coming up in July also. Thank you very much to Cannabis Culture for this platform. Thank you to Rumble and everybody else that allows us to stream this show into their living rooms or bedrooms or wherever you may be. Have a great day, everybody. Go out and do something nice for someone. They might just do something nice for someone else, and we'll all have a much better world to live in. And as Neil Magnuson just said, have as much fun as you can changing the world. Give somebody a hug today, too. They probably could use it. Cheers, everybody. See you next week. Thanks again.